Hello everyone, welcome to this video about giant steps. So my last video about Donnelly, you can check out that video in the description, the link of that video, was quite popular. People liked it because it was not too long, and I'm gonna try and make this one even shorter. And because I was just talking about a song, so I got this suggestion to talk a little bit about giant steps, and I thought to myself, why not? And first thing I have to say is that it's going to be difficult no matter what, right? I can give you some tricks, but it's just a difficult song. And the reason why it's difficult is because if you work on improvising in jazz and you work on having good lines for standard progressions or on standards in jazz, then you're actually not practicing being able to play on giant steps. Or not initially. That's because there are no other songs that I know of in which the chords change every 2 beats. So if you're working on normal standards and you're working on lines that last, where the chords last 1 bar or 2 bars or even 4 bars, then that automatically means that you're not practicing any lines that last 2 beats, including me, right? So I'm not able to actually play in that way that I can outline every chord. So what I'm going to show you is a trick to simplify the changes. It's almost like cheating. So you might not like that, right? So if you like the way I was playing in the beginning, then keep watching. And if you didn't like it, then also keep watching, and then you have some ammunition to tell me in the comments that my method sucks and that you have a better one. And I look forward to reading that. So if you watched my last video or any of the previous videos about simplification, you know that the way I think about harmony is about a string of 1 and 5 chords. And if there's something else in the changes, I change it to a type of 1 or 5 chords. So there's the first problem, because giant steps actually is a string of 1 and 5 chords. There's a bunch of 2 5s in the end, but you can just skip the 2 chord, and then you have 5 1s. So what's there to simplify? Well, there is nothing to simplify. What I do is I use a little trick that in the first 4 bars, where the changes are B, D7 G, B flat 7, E flat, I actually skip the D to G. What I play is 1 bar B flat major 7, and then 1 bar of B flat 7 altered, or I can play like 1.5 bar of B major 7 and a half bar of B flat 7 altered, or I can play a half bar of B major 7 and 1.5 bar of B flat 7. So it's basically B major 7 and B flat 7 in those first 2 bars, but I can change the length of both of them as long as I resolve to E flat major in the 3rd bar, right? And then the 4th bar, I'm not playing the 5th bar. It's the same thing. I'm not playing G, B flat 7, E flat in my solo. I'm actually playing G, 1 bar, 1-ish bar, F sharp 7 altered to B, right? So now the changes are like this, right? What you see on the screen, this is a simplification. B major 7, B flat 7, E flat 7 for 2 bars, but I might play D7 in the last bar to go to G. Usually I will do that. And then it's G 1 bar, F sharp 7 1 bar, and then back to B major 7. And the last half of the song is pretty easy because I'm just playing 5 ones. So let's run through that very slowly, how that works, right? So for the first bar, B major 7 or B6, whatever you want. I would actually play some B major 7 line, usually based on, probably on major 7 arpeggio, something like, right? Or something like, or it's all based on a B major 7 arpeggio. And if you want to know these exact lines, then watch my video about major 7 chords, which I will link in the description, and all those lines are there. And now there's some nice things. For instance, when I play a B major 7 arpeggio up, I end on A sharp or B flat, and I can immediately play B flat 7 to E flat major 7, right? So B, B flat 7, altered, right? Now let me play that with a backing track. Let me see, maybe I can loop the first 4 bars, right? Let me see. Yeah, let's loop those bars, and then I'm gonna put the backing track on half tempo. B flat. Here we go. So B major 7. That's not a good loop. A little bit longer. Yeah, that's better. Here we go. That's another good device, is to play some kind of D diminished on the B flat, right? So I could play some B major 7 down, go to D diminished. Let's try that. D diminished. And then for the next 4 bars, it's the same. I'm playing in G to F sharp 7, resolve to B. So let me loop the first 8 bars. Okay, here we go. G, F sharp 7. Right, so I was playing F sharp 7 altered. If you want to know those kind of lines, watch my video called Gypsy Jazz Loops, which I will also link. I talk about all of these kind of lines. Or of course I play diminished. Let me play some diminished. B flat diminished or D diminished. G, now A sharp diminished. the thing is, of course, there's some tension there because I'm playing B flat 7 while the rhythm section is playing a 5-1 to G. But if you play the real tempo, it's so fast that it just sounds like the rhythm section is doing some interesting reharmonization of a 2-5-1, while I'm just playing the regular 5-1. So because let's play this in tempo, and you will hear that if I keep the line going and resolve, it works. So I'll loop it again. I played it a couple of times. And now the second half, we don't even have to talk about it because that's all 5-1s. And the most difficult thing about it is remembering the order, right? It's a 5-1 to E flat, a 5-1 to G, a 5-1 to B, and a 5-1 to E flat again. So let me just play a couple of choruses for you. Now I'll do it a little bit slower. I put the tempo on 70%, and maybe I'll yell something, but you can hear that it's not complicated. Okay, now in a faster tempo, it's not the fastest tempo ever. I think it's like 220. So, like the last chorus right there, I just got confused about the order of the two fives at the end. That can happen, but the thing is not to panic. Just take some break. That's also nice. Some rest and think about the order of the chords, and then you should be okay. So the thing to practice is actually that for me, right? I already have those lines to play on 5-1s because I've been practicing playing 5-1s a lot. So trying to keep the lines varied, exciting, and not forget the order of the chords is the most challenging thing for me. Now, if you're curious about the lines I use, I didn't go into the lines in this video, but there's so many videos that I show these kinds of lines. And I will link a couple of them in the description. So major 7 arpeggios, minor 6 arpeggios, diminished arpeggios, basically, and altered, diminished up, and altered down, right? And I will link all those videos in the description, and just watch them, and you'll see those lines, and they're all tapped out. And I basically put those lines on these chords, but in order for me to do that, I have to skip 2 chords in the first 4 bars and 2 chords in the second 4 bars. But it's going to be difficult anyway, right? It's just a difficult song, but I hope this gives you a way in. Okay, see you on the next video. Bye.